Sheldon's has very kindly invited the 5th to join us today, so we're going to go through the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States as written by General Wilhelm Friedrich von Steuben. This is their drill that they have to do twice a year to certify that they are ready and able to field. We use Pickering and the 64 for these early war years, so once we finish von Steuben, we're going to go in and drill with 64 just so that we can shake off the rust and keep ourselves looking polished. If you don't get something with the 64 drill, that is okay. It is not the easiest drill manual to understand. Just know that the big difference between the 64 drill and von Steuben is that it's a little bit longer and there's some different steps involved in movement. Actually, Corporal Sear.
Chirp.
Dress on me. I need you as Flugelman. So, watch the corporal will go through the entire manual of exercise and then we will go through it together as a unit. So for now, order your firelocks in the best way possible. So just order your firelock, right down to, there you go. Rest. Yep. Just
back on your right.
Just step back on your right foot. There you go. And nice and comfortable. Poise your firelock. Corporal Sear, take 3 paces back. I just don't want...
Sergeant.
Yes.
You want to inspect his piece first?
Yeah. Well, it's just going through the whole manual, but yes. Oh, God, you've got such a weird trigger pull. Move your finger. So what I'm doing right now is called the safety inspection. Shoulder. At every event we go to, whenever we field, we will be going through a safety inspection. It's going to look different from how I do it versus how some people do it, but everyone does the same few checks. The things they're checking for. They're checking to make sure that your musket's not going to go off at half cock, that you've got a good flint. What is going on there? That is like all kinds of mangled. That the flint is nice and grippy on your, the cock is holding onto the flint, that your hammer's nice and tight, you've got a good hammer stall, and that your flash guard is in good working order. The corporal's is a little loose. Going through the manual of exercise, poise your firelock. Cock your firelock. Do me a favor. Subtle left face. Thank you. Take aim. Fire. Half cock firelock. Handle cartridge. Prime. Not yet. Shut. Hand. Charge with cartridge. Draw. Rammer. You can have face after that. Pardon. Ram down cartridge. Return rammer. Shoulder firelock. Order firelock. Nope. This is von Steuben, Carter. Back up to shoulder.
Sorry, sir. My mind was on 64.
We'll get to that later. Order firelock. That's on. I'll take the hit for that one because I said your, and that's the key word.
Happened to me.
And so I corrected myself. Ground firelock. Take up firelock. Shoulder firelock. Secure firelock. Shoulder firelock. Fix bayonet. Shoulder firelock. Present arms. Shoulder firelock. Charge bayonet.
Huzzah!
Shoulder firelock. Advance arms. Shoulder firelock. Then you can unfix your bayonet. Those are all the steps to von Steuben's drill manual. When we get into the 64 stuff, that you're going to see, it's going to go a little bit longer. You're going to say, oh my God, can we get this over with? I promise you, it will make sense when especially when we're at those events later this year.
There's a reason that people only really do 64, Americans only do 64 in line to look pretty. When they're on the battlefield, it's usually into, just get it done, and everyone goes right back to doing von Steuben stuff.
Yep.
So
that's why the 5th, our primary drill that we're using during these early war years, is Pickering. Pickering is that von Steubenized version of the 64 drill. Some people will also call it the 76 updates. For all intents and purposes, it's the same thing. The going thought process, even in the British columns, circles, is when you're out on the field, if somebody says order, it's automatically in 2. We're not going through the rest. The only time you go through any sort of rest position, which is that present position, is when they say rest.
yeah.
Rest your firelock. So,
Can we see present one more time?
sure. Without bayonet on, Carter. Present arms. There are steps involved in this. This may not go quick. I'm hoping that I've budgeted for about 45 minutes per drill to give us a good amount of time to ask questions and learn how to do this stuff. We are going to do some marching today. I will get you moving. Unfortunately, we got to kind of start at the basics and work our way up.
The insurance is happy. Yeah, no, it's all good.
Shoulder firelock. All right. The corporal will go through the motions with you guys. Look to him. He will be mirroring what you're doing. So if he's on his left, you're on your left. It's going to look like you go to the right because looking at him, it's your right. Don't do that. If I say shoulder, you're always on the left side. You're it's going into your left shoulder. Does that make sense for everyone?
Yes.
All right. Attention! Into. I'm not even going to say into. Just shoulder firelocks. So Carter's going to go a little bit slower. Let's take it slow, and we'll work ourselves up to going a little bit quicker.
Want to do by the steps?
We can do by the steps.
Let's do by the steps because we have a new guy.
Can you call the steps? It's just going to be 1, 2,
Yes,
1,
sir.
2 between each motion. Okay.
Yep.
So you're going to listen to Brian for this. You're going to wait, listen for Brian to say 1, 2, and then you'll move on to the next step. So
2 beats for every movement.
poise, firelock.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Yep. And then Jonathan, you're going to
The top screw should be right between your eyes, Hughes.
Perfect. You block between this hand, this hand first. This hand, you're right.
It's awkward.
Open.
Bring yours up. Your left hand should be about eye level.
It's always left hand on top.
Correct. Always left hand on top.
Are you an inspector?
Yeah, I'm going to inspect. I'll inspect the whole company.
Up, and That's exactly what it is. Well done.
I'm gonna just inspect all of your muskets.
This is gonna be nice.
Ooh, yeah, I can see that.
This is so
I would recommend something like leathers. To a lead one.
Oh yeah.
Leads are always better because
Xavier, there's probably a jacket or something if you need it in the car.
so much. You can't hold it. Good, you've got a wooden rammer in there, or a wooden driver.
If you want to look. You might have to look at the truck.
Got you.
There we go. Okay. Standing orders for the day.
Yeah, I mean, we also did better. You did good.
Thank you.
Drill us.
Let me just check it. Flash guards.
You're going to make me look bad. You know how to do it?
There's a lot of pretty loosey-goosey flash guards. All right. So what's gonna happen is, Corporal Sear, I want you back behind the walkway when we get to take aim, okay? Because they're gonna level their muskets.
Sir.
And everyone, don't come down when you level. Don't go all the way level. Just go up to like this position here.
At the elevation.
At the elevation. This way. If you've been marching like this for a while, you can just let go, support under the lock. As you sit up on the top of the this is what I talked about, that alternate carry position, especially if you it's not moving up to the This is yours? All right. So all together, nice and slow. Corporal's gonna count 1, 2 between each movement.
Mind your bayonets.
Advance. Arms.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Just get yourself, no pop circumstances, just get yourself back to the shoulder. We're going to do this one last time, nice and quick. The corporal's still going to count. And the sergeant as well. Advance, arms.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Nicely done. The last movement, nice and easy, doesn't have to be anything crazy, is shoulder fire locks. Corporal, shoulder fire locks.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Boys going back, I could never
Advance, you do.
remember.
With advance, you go through the course.
Never remember.
I may be confusing Durham and 64. I know for a fact that 64 does that, but I'm fairly
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They'll never have to do it, and I rarely ever do.
The only time
My legs
you
hurt.
get this is if you're on a march. Right? And like on a march, it looks good if you're going through the point.
That's true.
So, my guys, it's important.
I would get your
Go through
boys.
this. All right. So, Corporal back to advance. Just get to advance. Shoulder fire locks.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Paul, remember we're pulling
1, 2.
through poise.
1, 2.
Report. I was telling him to just get it back. All right, just get yourselves back to advance real quick. nice and quick. This is literally, well, we still have to go over facings, but facings are easy.
Let's take a 5-minute break.
I'm totally for that.
Because also we have people who I know have questions who are standing out here.
Absolutely.
Live
All right.
hours too.
Once, the big thing is I just need to get through this angle, and then I can certify you guys.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break before we do facings, okay?
Yep. All right. Shoulder fire logs.
Shoulder.
Look at that. And now you've completed the manual exercise. What we're going to do, we're going to take a 5-minute break. Yep. Once I dismiss you guys, take your bayonets off, put everything back, take a 5-minute break. We're going to go over facings, and then we're just going to run through this manual one last time so I can say, all right, Sheldon's knows their stuff. They're good to go. They can come learn some fun stuff with 64. And then you guys will go through it with Sheldon's, and then we'll be cranking along with other stuff. We'll go over wheeling and marching and all that happy nonsense. All right. Take care to disperse by the right about and fix your bayonets. Disperse.